I started reading this Dan Brown Origins. So far, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do. Okay, that's the thing.
It's all Marchese and Marchese.
Welcome to Horror with Marchese and Buller, and this week we're going to go a different route because I'm in Puerto Rico. Luckily, my computer's up to the task of recording these shows, and we're getting them done. We haven't recorded really for 2 weeks, so I've been putting out shows one a week that I had left. I think I have one left over. It was about driving, but I'll save that for as a mini show or something. It was just a fun thing we did. But today's episode is about reading what you want, what you enjoy. And we may have talked about this before, but I've seen it firsthand while I've been on vacation. I've had so many books that I've been reading, sort of forcing myself. And I'm saying, why am I forcing myself to read when my writing's taking a hit for it? When you read stuff you don't want to read, or you don't read, there's no way of others saying this, is the mainstream, the high stuff, right? The stuff that's gone through publishing houses, been edited and is proper and everything. You get a style, you get a feeling, you get a way of what you get an idea of what you want to write. And then that style, you read enough, or you read your favorite author, enough of them, you start saying, okay, I like this, I like that, I like this. I put down all the other books. I was reading this book on my Kindle, and I said, you know what? I'm okay with reading this, but it's taking me like a month here. And I'm like, why? Maybe I don't want to read it. So I said, you know what? If I can get this Origins, because I bought the Dan Brown book with me. From and I'm saying to myself, if I can get this book on the Kindle, because I turned off the Kindle because I did that library thing where you can So I had it on airplane mode so I can keep that book. And I said, if I can get this Dan Brown book in this library, I'll turn back on the Kindle, let that other one just go, and I'll, and it worked. It had it. So, and it's much easier on the Kindle because you got the dictionary. It's lightweight. You're not lugging this huge book around. Don't get me wrong, I like the books too, but the Kindle is much more simple. And I'm reading this book and I'm like, damn. The scenes are coming out and I'm seeing them like it's a movie. I'm like, wow, man, this is what I want to freaking read.
Yeah.
And this is the point of what I'm trying to make is when you read something that you love, it goes faster. And I'm not saying you shouldn't read outside of what you like. You should try new things once in a while. But for the most part, what's going to help you the most, at least from my point of view, is to read what you're writing, to what you love. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
it kind of links back. It kind of links back to the episode we did. Was it like 3 or 4 weeks ago when we were talking about how we're getting sick of reading and sick of writing and doing it for the sake of doing it. It's quite easy to get bogged down in what you should read as opposed to what you want to read, which I think are two separate things. I've done a lot of that. I've thought to myself, oh yes, I'll give this sort of literary horror compilation a go. And the front cover is beautiful, and there's some authors in there that I recognise, and it's edited by a very well-known Bram Stoker award-winning editor. And every time, well, more or less every time, I'm a little bit disappointed by it. And I kind of think that my disappointed is rooted in the fact that actually I quite like reading stuff like Stephen King books, and I quite like reading stuff like Jurassic Park and even The Lost World, and stuff like that. And best-selling.
There's that Michael Crichton, right?
Michael Crichton, your best-selling barnstormers or whatever you'd want to call them. These books you find on the top shelf of the supermarket that maybe the critics sort of snub them a little bit or whatever. That's the stuff I want to read. And the past month, it's funny you say you've been in Puerto Rico and you've sort of been taking a break and just been doing what you want to do. I've kind of taken a break from it as well. I've not listened to an audiobook now for about a month. I have been reading a little bit. I've been reading a bit of Paul Tremblay on and off. It's hard to give up reading completely. And also I've been reading the new Stephen King, the Colorado Kid. I know it's not a new book, but they've released an illustrated edition, which is on Amazon for like $10 or something. So I got myself a copy of that, and I've been reading a bit of that as well. So, but it's really good. It feels so nice to sort of just take a break from it a little bit. You sort of put too much pressure on yourself to do things you don't necessarily want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's true because look, if you're reading something that you don't want to read, it's a chore, and that's the whole point of the other episode. But when you pick up a Michael Crichton book and these scientists are doing some weird thing, and there's something from another, maybe there's a book that's something from another dimension, or you pick up the Thomas Harris book and he's doing something with Hannibal. And this crazy, cannibal that's really intelligent and blah blah blah. You get into these, and these are things that you want to write. These are things. If you want to write stories, I'd say 80 to 90% of what you read should be what you like. And if you want to read other stuff, look at other things. You can, but don't burn out on it, because I think in the long run, and we're talking real here. We're not, people may go, oh man, come on, that's crazy, because you got to read what you like, man. It's just, even with movies, if you don't like a movie, don't watch it.
Sometimes as well, a change is as good as a rest. So in the case of what I've been doing is I've been reading and consuming books that I think I should do as a writer. I should be listening to this. I should be reading this. And actually, I've sort of twisted that in its head a little bit, and now I'm sort of reading what I want to read a little bit.
Read what you like. Make sure you're not burning yourself out, because if you burn yourself out and you're a writer, you have to read. Reading is very, very important, and if you can't do it, you're not going to have the skills you need to write. Actually, it ties in with our Jimi Hendrix episode. You don't need to have all this fancy education, because if you read enough, you will get the skills, you will get the education. In the end, what matters is the story.
We'll see you next time. Yeah, good segue. And, yeah. Oh. Yeah, you know what? Let me see something.
It's all with Marchese and Buller. It's all with Marchese and Buller.
That's just how it is.
Like we were saying with Leo, who commented on our previous episode, what were we saying? I forgot what we were saying. I've lost track of what we were saying.
What was the episode?
You just said something that just reminded me of what Leo
competitive. Being competitive?
Oh yeah, it was about competitiveness. Oh, I can't remember. I can't remember what I was going to say, sorry.
It's okay, because I don't know, but yeah, if you, I don't remember what I was saying.
Hopefully that doesn't shut off. Oh damn, that thing is hot. Let me open this up here. I'm gonna give everybody a little taste of where I am. See if you can see this. You see that?
I can see a roof.
Oh, you see that? Oh, you know what? I'll have to maybe make a video and just overlay it or something. But yeah, I just wanted to.
How about it go?
Okay, and we're back. Okay, let me shut this off.
Right? But I say stuff, I know what I mean,
And it's the same with my writing as well. I mean, this is kind of going off on a bit of a tangent, but I was telling Will how I've downloaded an app called IA Writer. And I kind of wanted to mention it a little bit because I've had quite a good experience.
Well, you know what?
With
Let's do that on the next show. That'll be the third one.
Yeah, okay. That could be the third one then, yeah.
So
Cool. Yeah, you intro it.
Yeah. Man, wait. I'm trying to center you. Okay. Yeah, we'll do, okay, that's the thing. Because if you read enough, you will get the stuff inside you. You will get I say stuff, but that's another word that I meant for you will get the skills, you will get the education, right? But I say stuff,